Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is spank the like button before watching this, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, Chris Whalen. He's a U.S. business tax expert serving clients in North America and abroad. The first consultation is always free, just like men going their own way. He's also a fellow MGTOW and will keep your pills red, but brings your books back to black. Reach out to Chris Whalen CPA today for all your personal and business accounting needs, before taking care of your sexual needs. Sponsor link is down below. And now on with the memes. Number one, we have a woman giving us a 1,000 schlong stare with her fake tan, fake lashes, and makeup. She probably doesn't have a plan in life either. Yet little Miss Fake Up here probably still demands honesty from a man. She definitely looks like she has some daddy issues too. Long lashes were invented in 1882 to block baby batter from getting into working girls' eyes, and yet today they're considered a common fashion feature. Up next we have Daniel, and he used FaceApp to create a female version of himself, and claims to be in a relationship with her. Hopefully he's going to be able to attract some girls with this maneuver. Females find males that already have girlfriends more attractive. I guess this is one way to make yourself more desirable. No one wanted him, so bro is now dating himself. Number three, we have Anne writing an article called Deep Down Women Still Accepted as Their Role to Be God's Police. I don't know about God, but they're definitely the devil's police. Also, what happened to their old role of giving birth and taking care of babies? But seriously, if women are God's police, then the West has a new Gestapo. Playing the God card is about traditionalism, but traditionalism is about so-called patriarchy now, isn't it? Moving on, a Harvard study has found that the gender wage gap, actually an earnings gap, can be explained entirely by work choices between men and women. Looks like Harvard just copied the work of red pillars, and they're many years too late. Welcome to 2014. Even studies like this aren't enough to stop the left wing pushing the fake gender gap narrative. Women always see themselves as victims, and this doesn't play into the narrative, so they'll just disregard it. Number 5 explains this point further. When you catch a woman in a lie, she will lie further and treat herself as a victim. It's almost like a default NPC behavior, like you're interacting with a non-person. Not only do women behave like this, but also children. The only thing I see wrong with this meme is that someone should have actually put Jada's picture in the background to make it more sporty. Up next is a post-wall woman with tons of Botox and lip filler, but that's all that she's admitting to. Many women are so insecure about aging that they wreck their faces by trying to preserve their beauty. This is what this woman looks like after she stopped Botox and fillers and lost a lot of weight. She says she wants to look authentic and for people to see her smile lines. She could have saved the money that she spent on procedures by just smoking some meth instead. Number 7, we have a woman saying that after working a 12-hour shift, she sides with men that get upset when they come home to no food on the table. No food is something most men can deal with, but the bad attitude and nagging is what most men can't cope with. But I still don't think she really has any idea of what most men go through each day. Also, imagine coming home to no food and your wife banging Tyrone, complaining that you're never around to bone her because you're working those 12-hour shifts. Moving on, what is happening to women? I don't think there's any way that's not photoshopped unless she seriously decided to get the weirdest looking implants in the history of the world. Either that or she came out of a UFO. She gives off the same energy as this guy. They could actually make a cute couple together. Number 9, we have this woman claiming that this man is a mid, probably a 4, and that his sexual marketplace value is going to fall off a cliff. Yet this is the same woman that's been on 6 months worth of HRT. She is probably just projecting because the results haven't been as positive as she was hoping for. Given her genetic background, she would be lucky to be labeled a 4. Up next is Yolanda, and she can't wrap her head around how unkind men are to women once we're no longer into them. I have a better one. I can never wrap my head around how unkind women are to men until they're into us. That's even scarier stuff. Yolanda was smashed and dashed by many multiple Tyrannosauruses, and now she's just bitter that they left. When men are no longer interested, we treat them like they treat us. Yes, it's scary to point a mirror at them. Number 11, the Pentagon denies the Taylor grift is an asset for the government psyops. If they're really denying it, then odds are that's true. Then again, I trust them. Trust them as much as I trust a marriage contract. Remember when they told us that the weapons of mass destruction were real, and then they weren't? Forget about Taylor Swift. She's more like Taylor Sith. At least here he actually looks like a she. Moving on, 7 very friendly Indian men are looking to be friends with and roommates to a young white female in Canada. Canadian real estate values have gone crazy, but Indian men are smart for not wanting to live with Indian women. So much so that they would be willing to share one white lady. She better tell someone where she's moving. Otherwise, she'll probably never be heard from again and locked up in the dungeon of that house. This is probably in the city of Bangladesh. Number 13, if lesbians dislike men, then why do so many of them try so hard to look like one? Even asking them this question, which is a legitimate one, will probably trigger them. Maybe they're doing it to understand their enemy better. Then again, it might just be schlong envy. Remember guys, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Even if the person doing it is in complete denial that they're doing it. I guess they hate us because they ain't us. Up next, which way young man? Miss Universe, the GoBot on the left, or the McDonald's worker on the right? I'd flip off the woman on the left and choose the burger flipper on the right. Miss Universe looks like she just woke up from her sarcophagus and took the bandages off. With all the plastic surgery, that's probably true to some extent. Number 15, women are really strong and men will never understand the pain they go through when they wear heels like this. Self-inflicted pain, no less. Among the reasons women wear heels is because they envy men's height and want to appear taller than they are to have access to taller guys. We all know the truth though. Women dress up for other women and not men. Men don't care, and I prefer my human women like Ferengi women. Minus their vaginas for ears, of course. Moving on, we have self-defense gloves that women wore back in the 1850s. I bet you they were also handy for cutting up veggies in the kitchen. And making the male patriarch sandwiches too. If Catwoman wasn't real, then explain this. Where can I get a pair of these and paint the tips of mine red? But seriously, what are they defending themselves from? Werewolves. Number 17 is a pregnant woman looking for something casual. But it's even better if you bring a friend. Well, technically, if you count the Rugrat, there are actually 4 of them. You know that there are probably going to be many simps lining up on both ends. No pun intended. That baby's future is doomed, and in case you're wondering what this is, it's fatherless behavior. Up next, many women call men trash but say that women are equal to men. We know that women see themselves as more equal than men, though. At first glance, it may appear that they hold 2 opposing views in their head at the same time. Like in this one, where they tell themselves they're strong and independent women, but at the same time, they don't want to take accountability for when things go wrong. And that means it's men that are responsible for everything. Talk about a paradox. Number 19, we have a lonely fool star, and she was disowned by her family after they found her accounts. If women are so proud of this type of career and find nothing immoral about it, then why do they keep it a secret? They need to tell everyone that they know to basically put it on their resume. I like how they always call them a star. Meanwhile, they're better described with another 4-letter word that starts with S and ends with lut. Moving on, we have a woman that asks men to show her their bank accounts and balance on a first date. She says she's a content creator. I bet probably for lonely fools. Actually, she's on YouTube, and on average she gets 5,000 to 10,000 views per video. She's not even making $1,000 a month. She says she only wants to date wealthy guys and wants to know if she's wasting her time. Sounds to me, though, like she's the one wasting men's time. Number 21, schools are eliminating analog clocks from exam halls as teenagers cannot tell time. I don't even want to know how bad their math skills are. But seriously, analog clocks are obsolete except on historic buildings. Just like I learned cursive and it's useless today unless you're writing someone a Christmas or birthday card. It's probably just women blaming their bad test results on a clock instead of themselves and their lack of studying. Up next we have Tiffany. She only drinks sparkling water, doesn't have a job but somehow is always on vacation. My question is, has anyone actually witnessed her drinking the water? Maybe she went to Dubai and got paid a lot of money to go there. There are also probably pictures of her in Dubai. If there are, trust me, she's drinking a lot more than just water. Maybe she's Leo's next girlfriend. Who knows? Number 23, we have a 2-for-1 special. A mom and daughter will be taking care of you for the evening for only $149. I think this is definitely a setup by the popo trying to ensnare some unsuspecting simp. Either that or a funnel into lonely fools, or some other spicy content page. Moving on is Kelly, and she's looking for a traditional man. Yes, the tatted up traditional single mother that's a born-again virgin, that's been traditionally run through. She wants a trad man now that she's had all of her fun and her best years are behind her, and she wants to give you the worst ones. If she's traditional, then I'm Son Goku. Number 25, and the last one, a woman sets a world record by giving birth to her 14th kid by her 14th baby daddy. What a record to have. She's from Detroit. I guess that answers everything. Remember, guys, work harder at your job because someone has to pay for all those kids with their tax dollars. It might as well be us. What about an actual achievement instead of something that celebrates promiscuity next time? So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Give this video's like button a spanky spank to help it reach more viewers. If you want the memes I can't show on YouTube, then subscribe over at my X account where I post them ahead of time. Link is below. Also remember I make these for free, so donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below for more content like this. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.